Sorry, I was muted.
Hi, Janet. Hi, Mars.
Hi, guys. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's to you, too. How was your New Year's?
Good. Quiet.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Tiff.
Hi, Tiffany.
Hi. Oh, God. My dad's calling at the same time. You know what? Nobody ever calls me. And then all of a sudden, because I'm doing Zoom, everybody wants to talk to me.
You're an important person, Tiff.
What's, oh, no, that is not true.
Yes, it is.
Oh, you're making me blush.
No,
I'm nervous.
All of us.
What's that?
Says you're important to all of us.
No, you guys are too nice.
Hi, Janet.
I'm nervous. My hands are shaking.
That's good. They always say it's good to be nervous.
I know. I kept thinking, fake it till you make it.
You made it.
I made it. Yay. How long do we usually wait until we start?
What time do you have? I have 7:29.
I have 7:30. Let's get rid of that. We'll wait. We'll wait a little bit.
How was your New Year's, Tiff? Oh, there's Ash.
It was good. It was nice and quiet. Kevin was working because he works for roads. So of course it snowed over the holidays. So he was working. So it was just me and Tonka, which is okay. I used to have my stepdaughter all the time, and I used to make her stay up till like midnight. And about 10 o'clock, she would say, "Is it midnight yet?" And I would say, "No, not yet. We have a while yet." And then 2 minutes later, "Is it midnight yet?" Poor girl. So I have all this new technology now.
Oh no.
I had to get a new phone and a new computer, and nothing was keeping up the way that it was supposed to. So, okay. Well, I only have 7:31. How long do you usually wait?
Tiffany, it starts at 7:30. You can start whenever you want.
You're the best. Okay, so I'll start. So I'm going to be talking to you about goal setting tonight. Just a couple of things I just want to let you know up front is that, oh, you can't see him. He's on his bed over this way. But I have a senior English bulldog, and so we might have to take a little tour so I can let him out and back in. He walks across the floor. I call him Twinkle Toes because you can hear him tick, 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 tick across the floor. His water and food is right here beside me. So sometimes he drinks water like he's been in the desert the entire 11 years of his life, or he'll decide to eat. He'll bark out of the blue. He'll make some really funny noises. And if you're lucky enough to have earbuds or headphones on, you're probably going to be able to hear him snore. Just to let you know up front. So Happy New Year. I'm so excited to be here with you all. I'm excited to be here because I love teaching and training. It makes me really nervous, but I love it. Pushes me out of comfort zone. And I'm also a brand new director. So believe it or not, last year's January Jumpstart, we made vision pillowcases, and all I had on mine was Director 2020 in puffy silver letters. And I was determined this time to follow through. So just a quick little blurb about me. My background is in social work. I was a mental health and addictions worker for over 25 years. When I decided to quit my last place of employment, I had been there for 15 years. And all I got was, okay. I never got a handshake, never got, oh, we're sorry, we're gonna certainly miss you around here. I never got any of that. So Mary Kay became my full-time job at that point, and I was determined to grow my business. So the last year has been tough on everyone in one way or another, perhaps in many, many ways. There's a virus, number one. People are homeschooling, which they probably never thought that they would ever have to do. Loved ones are far away and we can't get to see them. Social isolation and just normal everyday struggles that we face on average without a pandemic. So up until about the time of the first lockdown, which was March, I believe, I'm trying to remember, not that it's like that far ago. Up until that point, after I quit my job, I never really thought or worried about what I could or should do with my Mary Kay business. So I lollygagged around for years. I went into DIQ 3 times, and all 3 times I never met the requirements. One time I didn't even make it through the first month. The second time I made it through the second month, and the third month just couldn't follow through. So I had great selling and recruiting months. I had horrible, really not busy at all months. I had lots of dreams, very little follow through, no action. At one point, I'm sure I believed that things would happen for me naturally and just if I had enough time in. After they announced the lockdown, I felt like this ache in the pit of my stomach. And as soon as I felt that, I knew something in me had changed. And I realized after it was actually panic. And at this point, I realized that I was ready to go to work. it was time to get serious and push myself out of my comfort zone. And boy, did I ever. I started doing live videos and fumbled with technology, words, learning curves beyond anything I could have ever imagined. I started out hanging out with people who were showing up, challenging me to do better, to be better, to be creative, to be myself, to have fun, and to find whatever like sets your soul on fire. So that leads us into goal setting. It's a brand new year. We're 6 months away from the end of the Mary Kay year. I'm not sure about seminar, but fingers crossed, maybe we might be able to have seminar. I'm not too sure. So it's a good time to decide, what do you want from your business? Where do you see yourself in the company? Are you ready to promote yourself? Need a drink. So setting goals helps trigger new behaviors, helps to guide your focus, and helps you to sustain the momentum in life. So goals also help you focus and promote a sense of self-mastery. So in the end, you can't manage what you don't measure, and you can't improve upon something that you don't properly manage. So first of all, consider what you want to achieve and then commit to it. Some of you may be familiar with the acronym SMART. If not, that's okay. We're going to talk about it. So when goal setting, they want you to use the acronym SMART, which means your goals should be specific, they should be measurable, they should be attainable, relevant, and time-bound goals that motivate you, and write them down to make them feel more tangible. Then plan the steps you must take to realize your goal and cross off each one as you go through them. So this is a powerful process for thinking about your ideal future and moving yourself to turn your vision of your future into reality. So I'm sorry, I just want to see any comments because I'm on my phone. So if there's something really important that you want to interrupt, please go ahead. Otherwise, I'll be doing this all the time. Okay, focus. So this helps you to choose where you want to go in life by knowing precisely what you want to achieve. You've concentrated your effort. You'll also quickly spot distractions that can lead you astray. So why set goals? Top level athletes, successful business people, and achievers in all fields all set goals. Setting goals gives you long-term motivation. It focuses your acquisition of knowledge and helps you to organize your time and your resources so that you can make the most of your life. By setting sharp, clearly defined goals, you can measure and take pride in achievement of these goals, and you'll see forward progress in what might previously have seemed like a long, pointless grind. You'll also raise your self-confidence as you recognize your own ability and competence in achieving these goals that you've set. So for example, the necklace that I'm wearing tonight, this one, when I went into DIQ August 1st, I seen this necklace. One of my girlfriends sells jewelry as a home-based business. And I seen this necklace and I thought, oh, I want to have that to wear with my director suit. And then I hemmed and hawed and thought, do I get it? Do I not get it? What if I don't make it this time? And I thought, you know what? This time I'm getting it, because all of that self-talk has got to go. So here's my necklace. First time I'm wearing it. So I'm proud of that. Before, I used to wait until I had accomplished goals. And this time I thought, no, you know what? Let's go for it. So create your big picture of what you want. S in the SMART acronym stands for specific or significant. M means measurable or meaningful. So there's no sense having goals if they don't mean anything to you. A is attainable or action oriented. R is relevant or rewarding. And T is time bound or trackable. So state each goal as a positive statement. So express them positively. For example, execute this technique well is much better than don't make this stupid mistake. So keep them on the positive. Be precise, set precise goals, putting in dates, times, and amounts so that you can measure your achievement. If you do this, you'll know exactly when you've achieved the goal and can take complete satisfaction from having achieved it. Set your priorities. When you have several goals, give each a priority. This helps you to avoid feeling overwhelmed by having too many goals and helps to direct your attentions to the most important ones. Write goals down. This crystallizes them and gives them more force. Keep operational goals small. Keep the low-level goals that you're working towards small and achievable. And if a goal is too large, then it can seem that you're not making progress towards it. Keeping goals small and incremental gives more opportunities for reward. Set performance goals, not outcome goals. So you should take care to set goals over which you have as much control as possible. It can be quite dispiriting to fail to achieve a personal goal for reasons beyond your control. So set realistic goals. It's important to set your own goals. Employers, parents, media, or society can set unrealistic goals for you. They'll often do this in ignorance of your own desires and ambitions. It's also possible to set goals that are too difficult because you might not appreciate other obstacles in the way or understand quite how much skill you need to develop a particular level of performance. So achieving goals. When you've achieved a goal, take the time to enjoy the satisfaction of having done so. Absorb the implications of the goal achievement and observe the progress you've made towards other goals. Cheers. My mouth gets dry. So if the goal was a significant one, reward yourself in whatever way makes you happy. If it's getting a necklace, if it's getting a pedicure, if it's going out for dinner, whatever it might be. This helps you build the self-confidence that you deserve. With the achievement of accomplishing this goal, review the rest of your goal plans. If you achieve the goal too easily, make your next goal harder. It's all about stretching. Mary Hay talked about stretching a lot. If the goal took a dispiriting length of time to achieve, next time make the goal a little easier. If you learn something along the way that would change your other goals, then at that time, change your other goals to reflect that, because that just means that your interest has gone another way. If you notice a deficit in your skills, despite achieving the goal, decide whether to set goals to fix this. So if you find that even though you made the goal, you're still not really comfortable with the skills that it took for you to get there, you might want to implement some of those goals to help you feel more confident in that position. So goal setting is an important method for deciding what you want to achieve in your life, separating what's important from what's irrelevant or a distraction, motivating yourself, building your self-confidence based on successful achievement of goals. So yesterday was the Ignite 2021 and ESND Pamela Waldrop Shaw presented. I don't know if you were able to hear her or watch her. If you're able to watch a recording, please do so because she was outstanding. And I thought, oh boy, I'd have to talk about goals after her incredible performance. So I did like a Cole's notes for you. So she spoke of goal setting, goal attainment, and how you can change anything in 90 days. She talks of the top 5 things you need to realize while setting goals. Number 1, you can change anything in 90 days. Here are some of the numbers that she gave. So it takes 21 days to start a new thought change. She also mentioned later on that we have 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. And startingly, 90% of those thoughts are the same as the day before. So we have like this broken record, just keeps playing. It takes 63 days to fully create a new habit, 63 to 84 days to establish the stability of the thought and new habit. So what you think you create, what you feel you attract, and what you imagine you become. It's a whole new mindset. Number 2, you can't change what you don't acknowledge. Number 3, you can't live your values until you know what they are. Number 4, you don't break a habit until you replace it with a new one, different one, hopefully a better one. Number 5, time invested in one area is time away from another. So you need to kind of focus on, they say no more than 3 to 5. 3 is usually pretty good. She also mentioned that goals need to be written, they need to be clear, they need to be specified, repeatedly reviewed, accurately visited with accountability on a regular basis. She also mentions that the successful person who goal sets understands that the person she must become will equal the accomplishment. She titled her teaching Wake Up, and she discussed 7 areas to make a move up vision decision. Number 1, she said, wake up to ignite, find your fire. What excites you? What is it that you want to do? Where do you want to see your business? Number 2, the power of vision. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about vision shortly after this, because there's all kinds of scientific study behind visioning what you want your life to be. Goal setting, specified, broken down is number 3. Number 4 are the skills of our business. So booking, product knowledge, customer service, people skills, all of those things are the skills that we need to have or are continually working on. She also talked about number 5 is the uniqueness of our opportunity, meaning that we can work from home, we can work anywhere. We have free training, prizes, trips, cars, diamonds, and the list goes on. Number 6, she talked about the power of right now. How big can you dream right now? We're in a brand new year. What do you want? So number 7 is 2021. What's your next promotion? What are you going to give yourself? Where is it? What do you want? Design your life, live your vision, invest in growth. So she talks about reverse design. And I love this because a lot of times people can see the end result. I want to drive a pink Cadillac. Great. What are the steps that I need to do to get there? So you start working backwards from there because you have to start somewhere. You just don't become a consultant with Mary Kay and have the ability to drive a pink Cadillac tomorrow. I wish it was, but we have to work a little bit to get it. So take your goal and result, work it backwards. This will give you the short-term goals to accomplish your long-term goal. She mentions breaking everything down into winning. So get a win by 10 a.m., get a win by noon, get a new win before bed. What can you accomplish in a day, in a week, in a month, in 3 months, in this quarter? Fully commit, review your goals each week, recommit if needed, review your goals 52 times a year, and make adjustments as needed. So there's also, so that was my Cole's notes of the presentation yesterday. Watch it, please watch it. It's incredible. There's also a Locke and Latham's goal setting theory. There's 5 principles. So one is clarity.
Tiffany,
so this is where yes?
Where can we watch this if some people don't know?
I have the link. Where can I post that so everybody could see it? Oh, I could probably, if I do it in the feed though, the feed disappears with the recording, right?
What if you post? I'm not sure, Tiffany, you know me in technology. What if you posted it in our directors and then the directors can post it in their unit?
Sure, that's a great idea, yeah.
I didn't know if it was shareable or not.
It is, we kind of had to, I seen that Carol was posting it. I'm like, how is she posting it? So I wiggled around and found a way to do it. So yes, I can certainly do that because.
Hey, share.
Yeah.
I figured out how to share it to your Sizzling and Pink. So it's done.
Oh, perfect. Good job, Amy.
Yay, Amy. Awesome. I don't even know who's all on here. I just want to take a second to say hello. No, it's like squirrel. Okay. Sorry, ladies. So clarity. This is where SMART goals draw most from the best concept of getting clear, specific goals for best results. So those who set a goal of make more sales are less successful than those whose goal it is to make 5% more sales than last year. A clear goal is easier to measure and easier to appreciate when you reach that goal. It makes the entire process more inspiring. Number 2 is challenge. Goal setting theory indicates that people are more successful when they set challenging goals. Any initiative requires effort and discipline. When you set the goal too low, you're less likely to feel the payoff is worth that effort. By contrast, setting a challenging goal balances effort with reward and generates motivation. Just be careful not to confuse challenging with unrealistic. 4 is commitment. This generally applies in an organizational setting where the goals in question are achieved by a group. So personal ownership is critical for success. Feedback or asking questions allows for clarification and course correction. It's important in the first principle that is clearly defined. A goal might be either too difficult or too easy. If all's going well, the only feedback required might be to measure progress and confirm that the goal is on task to be met. So talking to other people, your director. Sorry, I thought I was hearing a question. And the last one is task complexity. So this takes into account the observation that some goals require more complexity to achieve. Working out 3 times a week is a goal that requires only identifying a preferred place or form of exercise. Making 5% more sales may involve more tasks to reach. And then I found an article on Forbes magazine that talks about visualization. So there's all kinds of scientific study behind visualization. So many people aren't aware of how powerful visualizing can be in their lives. So in fact, many of us are doing plenty of visualizations every day. The problem is that most of us are doing visualizations to create the life that we don't want. So the negative part of us. We are often using it to imagine the worst outcomes of things or worrying about the future, and especially in today. If you can remember the time when you worried so much about something that it actually happened, is probably a good example of using visualizations to create
Tiffany,
the life. Yep.
Can I just ask everybody to put themselves on mute? It's down in the corner, and just to hit mute because we can hear some background music. So if they're not asking a question, everybody to go on to mute.
Okay.
Perfect. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, ladies. So visualization isn't something fluffy used by people who aren't living in reality. It's quite the opposite. It's used by a whole array of people who know how to use it to bring about positive outcomes in their lives. So many athletes, including Olympians, use it to excel in their sports. So interestingly, research also found that people who imagine themselves performing a task improve the performance in that task without physically doing anything. So 5 steps. Know what you want. In order to visualize and manifest the kind of life you want, it's very important to have a clear idea of what you want and why. This can be achieved by understanding what you value, what brings you the most joy in life. Have you ever had that moment when you're doing something and felt joyful doing it? If yes, then that's a good sign of something you might want to have in your life. So ask yourself, if I had nothing holding me back, what would I want to see in my life? Step 2, describe your vision in detail. So this is one of the most important steps when you want to manifest the life you want. You have to create a clear vision of what it should look like. You can write this down in detail, or you can create a vision board. This will help you to create a clear and full picture of what your life would look like. Ask yourself this: if I had a magic wand to make anything happen, what would my life look like? Number 3, start visualizing and create the emotions. This one's really interesting to me. Once you're ready, you can take a moment to start envisioning the actual outcome. Start to imagine the sights, the smells, the sounds, and even the taste of achieving what you want. As you go along, don't forget to feel the emotions you would feel as if this was your life, your reality right now. So ask yourself, what would I feel if all my visualizations came true? Number 4, take daily actions. There's that saying that Rome wasn't built in a day. Similarly, the life you want to create won't happen in one day, but will eventuate in a series of days and actions working towards your goal. Don't get caught up with how far you are. Instead, focus on the present and set yourself daily or weekly actions to get to where you want. So ask yourself, what is one thing I can do today that would help me get closer to the life I want? Number 5, have grit and persevere. When creating the life you want, you will be faced with challenges. In fact, one important tip when you're doing your visualizations is to imagine yourself facing these challenges and, most importantly, overcoming them. Ask yourself, what would help me persevere when I am faced with a challenge? Be open, try it, see where it takes you. 83% of the population has no goals. 14% of the population have goals in their heads and are 10 times more successful than the population that has no goals. Only 3% of the population of the entire world have written goals and are 30 times more successful than people who keep them in their head or don't have none at all. I don't know how you can have any goals. Don't stress out over the details as long as you're moving forward in a way that gets you closer to your vision. Just make sure you're not spinning your wheels, wasting time on one aspect of your goal that will not get you any closer to achieving your goals. Now you may ask, what did I do?
Tiff.
Yes, yep. Can't hear you. There you go.
Sorry, I muted myself again. 83% have no goals?
Yes.
Say that again.
83% of the population has no goals.
And then what's the next?
14% of the population have goals in their heads, making them 10 times more successful than the population that has no goals.
Okay.
And 3% of the population have written goals.
Okay.
And they're 30 times more successful.
Wow.
Right?
When you put it down on paper, it's wow.
And you know what? That 3% of the population is probably like Bill Gates, Oprah Winfrey, 3% of the population, that's like such a low number. Okay. So what did I do this year that was different than previous years? I kept a journal that turned into many, many, many journals of ideas, notes, facts, what I want, you name it, everything went into little journals. I had whiteboards covered in next steps, numbers, dates, what I had, what I needed. I looked at them numerous times throughout the day, or probably more like 100 times a day. I would say 100, maybe even more than that. I moved my office from downstairs in my house to upstairs, so it was always in sight. I seen it all the time. I realized my motivation and what was driving me. What's driving you? What's your why? What keeps you going? What keeps you moving forward? I know I wanted to provide to you and for others. I know what I wanted to, I know what I wanted to provide to others and to myself as well. I turned my feelings of can't into just try it once. Nobody's died from this action. You're going to be okay. I learned to let go of the past professional I was with different skill sets, realizing it's time to learn new skill sets with a different wanted position and profession. I stopped comparing myself to others in both my personal and professional life. Remember, no one else is you, and that's a good thing. I started to look at my strengths as opposed to my weaknesses. I looked at what was holding me back and why. I started turning negative things, problems, into positive ones. Instead of looking at the problem, what's the solution? I started believing in my capabilities. I wasn't so worried about making a mistake, leading to not worrying about what other people thought of me or their opinions of me. I stared my goals in the face every morning, every day, and every night. And as I completed the small goals, I didn't stop. I replaced them with the next steps to getting closer to my end result. So find what works for you. I'm a visual person, but I also like numbers and stats. I'm competitive, so finding a pacing partner who's like-minded and shares the same ambition or motivation. You might even have more than one. Your goals may overlap where you're working on them more than one topic, lesson, or learning experience. So I want to leave you with the words of Mary Kay Ash tonight. It's important for you to have a goal. You simply can't get there if you don't know where you're going. Begin to build in your mind a dream. Then write it down and make your goal realistic. Aim high enough that you have to stretch your ability and your potential to reach it. So that is it for me. Any questions or comments?
Tiffany, I just want to say you did awesome. You know what? I got like lots of notes here. You've given me goosebumps because everything you said is so true. And you know what? To see where you've come from last January, just listening to you, I can see it in your voice. I can see it. You did absolutely amazing. And you know what? You're going to be an awesome leader and an awesome director.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Mwah. I can't wait till we can all be together.
I know. We waited for this so long to work together.
I know. And now they're holding us back. Just wait for the day that we can.
Yeah.
Hey, Tiffany.
Hi.
Hi. It's Holly.
Hi,
Holly. Yeah, I was on Ignite with you yesterday. It was absolutely amazing. But I just missed I missed writing them down. You're SMART. What did it stand for again?
So SMART is specific, or I'm just going to go back here because there's two different. Ooh. Because I don't want to give you the wrong ones. Okay. So S is specific or significant.
Okay.
M is measurable or meaningful.
Okay.
A is attainable or action oriented.
Okay.
R is relevant or rewarding.
Okay.
And T is time bound or trackable.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And yes, you did an amazing job. Sorry I got on late. My computer's.
Oh, I know all about that. I went through it all summer. All summer, everything was running fine. And then come the fall, everything just went, nothing could keep up with anything. So yeah.
It does it when it wants to. Sometimes like I have no problem getting into Zoom. And then like tonight, it took me 10 minutes to get in. I was like, computer, no, not now.
Yeah, I know. And then you get a new one and it's too fast. And it's like, slow down. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Any other questions? No. Awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out with me.
Awesome job, Tiff.
Thank you. I can feel the heat.
You can breathe.
Yes. Yeah.
Tiffany, that feeling will never go away. 18 years and I still get that feeling.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it. Keeps you on your toes though. Keeps you
Yep.
Keeps you motivated.
Yep.
Hey ladies, well, have an amazing week. Have an amazing week doing your goals.
Everybody should be writing them down, visualizing, whether it's on a vision board or whatever, and post them in your unit page. Show people. The ones that show
Yes.
up, show up. So like the biggest thing now is to take this call because it has been a motivating call, and just take it and run with it. Like everybody take this week, small steps, write your goals down and put it on a vision board or put it on a piece of paper. Or if you're not a fancy person, it doesn't matter. But having those goals in front of you make a huge difference. And it's true, Tiffany, when we made those pillowcases last year, I stared at that pillowcase all year and it drove me nuts, but it was a vision and it happened.
Yeah. Yeah. The more you see it, the more it's always on your mind. And you think, well, I made these goals for a reason. If I can't remember what the reason is, then I need to relook at the goals, because maybe my, my vision has changed. And whatever it might be, I love like fancy little things. I love colors. I have colored markers. At one point, I swear I was addicted to sticky notes. I had them everywhere because they were like fluorescent and fun. So get a fun day timer, get all of those things and put them everywhere, so that stick something on your fridge, stick it on your mirror in your bathroom, put it on your pillow before you go to bed, whatever it is, just go for it. Like I said, no one's ever died from trying stuff. Well, not like goal setting anyways. Nothing dangerous, please, nothing dangerous. Okay, thanks, Rich, for recording.
Have a good night.
Thanks, you too. Have a good week.
Yes, good week.
Okay, good night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. It was awesome.
Thank you.